I'm adopted? What? Well, it seems like I'm going to take a road trip. Welcome back, YouTube, to a brand new month here on Nimrod Horror TV, and this month is a road trip month, and I just discovered that I'm actually adopted. So I'm going to take a road trip and bring you guys along. Now, this whole situation sounds very familiar, like a movie that came out this year called Texas Chainsaw. When it was in the theaters, it was called Texas Chainsaw 3D. So I will be reviewing this movie. Now, this the thing that right off the bat that I loved about this movie before watching it, before anything, was I liked the fact that this was a sequel and not a sequel to the remake or that Texas Chainsaw Beginnings film. This is supposed to be a sequel that takes place after the original film, and it's still with that original series, which some would say is only 3 movies, some will say 4 movies. For me, it's 4 movies, including Texas Chainsaw, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, Leatherface, the 3rd one, and then Texas Chainsaw, The Next Generation. So a little bit about what the film's about. It involves this, well, we open up to like the events that happen just maybe hours after the first film. The house is surrounded by cops, and then these crazy rednecks come in and start burning down the house. Now this one guy steals a baby, and then they zoom ahead. I think it's like 17 years later or 18 years later, and it's not like a mystery who the baby is now, because like the baby has like a little mark. And they show the girl now with the mark, so there's no surprise. It's the black-haired girl, the main focus of the story. So basically, she gets a letter stating that her grandma's passed away, inherits this like mansion house. She's of course shocked, because prior to that, she didn't realize that she was even adopted. And a kind of a fun note, she's a grocery store butcher. How appropriate. So basically, she takes her boyfriend and 3 other friends, 2 other friends, on a trip to Texas. And shortly into the film, they run into this hitchhiker, and in all these Texas Chainsaw movies, people should know never pick up a hitchhiker. This situation is a little bit different, but in general, these people are dumb in this film. So they finally get to the house, and then they find out that there is something locked in the basement. And it's Leatherface, and he's been down there for a while. And is he mad? So that's, I guess you could say that's pretty much the storyline. This girl coping with her new family, and finding out what they did and like who they are. And of course, the body count goes up, because there's police people that come in and all this. The mayor is involved. So that's pretty much the story. There's a lot of background story, but I'm not here to give you a whole reason. Overall, view on the film. One problem is that I do think like the main characters were overall really dumb. I didn't really like that. I was like, come on. Especially that like hitchhiker scene. There was this one scene. Okay, they decided to go to the grocery store when they first get to the house, because like, well, we need supplies and all that, blah blah blah. So the person that they decided to just watch the house is that hitchhiking stranger. That's so dumb. Like, who's like, okay, let's get this guy who we met only hours ago and just trust him with this brand new house and our belongings. Go ahead, watch over it. He's such a good guy. So dumb. I thought that was just dumb. There were other dumb moments that they were making, and then like the bimbo girl's kind of annoying. You know, she's just kind of annoying and dumb. And some of the fake road trip scenes, kind of dumb. It's just, that part wasn't handled too well. One other complaint is this film does kind of have a little too much in your face, like, you know, chainsaw and throwing the chainsaw, which I didn't actually get to see at the movie theater. Now, this is a 3D Blu-ray, but I don't have a 3D Blu-ray player. Maybe I'll eventually get one or eventually watch it on a 3D Blu-ray player. But when you watch things like that in a 2D format, it's just dumb looking. And another thing that I didn't quite like is some of the gore and blood is CG. I didn't really like that too much, because I'm not big on that unless you do not have the budget to do it, or you're just trying to achieve something that, like, after many failed attempts, it's just not looking good. So that's okay. But this film had the money to do certain deaths that looked better, practical, instead of using a bunch of CG. But saying that, there are some really cool practical kills in this film. The gore is pretty good. And overall, the storyline's pretty good. I kind of like it. Oh, one other complaint. I'm listing a bunch of complaints here, but one other complaint is in the very beginning when they burn down the Sawyer house. It's basically, to me, it's kind of like they're like voiding the second one. It's like the second one just never happened. But overall, after all these complaints, this is actually a really good film. I wouldn't say that this is a top 3 2013 film yet. And plus, I've seen 3 other films better, horror-wise. And this is a really good DVD. There's some really good features, and it has the digital copy, ultraviolet, which I'm a big fan of that, because I watch a lot of movies, I guess you can say, on the go, or just like on my phone, and it's just an easier access of watching these films. Ending, I like the movie's look. The directing's really well, except for the complaints, which wasn't all director's fault, but I will give this film a pretty solid, and I hate saying this, but I will give this a 7 out of 10 roadkill.
Aren't we there yet? I don't know. We should have seen some signs about 30 miles ago.
What?
I thought you knew where we were going.
Well, I had it written down.